We didn't for once. Finally.
Let's fucking go. Wait,
Let's go.
Yes. There we go.
Oh yeah,
Well done.
dang Ben.
Well done.
Ben using technology.
Finally didn't get a Pacific player. Ben using technology, and he couldn't have looked any older doing it. He's like, wait, hold on now. Hold on. He like sits forward on his screen. To use the soundboard. Well done. I'm gonna clip that. That's a clip there.
Well, hold on here. Let me take a look here. Take a look.
You literally sat forward. That's so good. Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Duster Squad podcast. Talk about a long break, gentlemen. God dang. I mean, how long was that? We had a little video from Benny.
Bright.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be bright. That's fine. We had a little video from Benny, but before that, I think it was like 2 weeks. I think we've taken like a month off of like a full podcast.
It was like, yeah, I think it was like a week between one, and then I did that video, and then I was lazy last week, and then now we're here.
Here we are. So big thing for us obviously is Danielle and I are now in Florida. So that's cool. That's pretty exciting. Danielle got a cool new job. I saw Benny mentioned it in his video.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how deep you wanted me to get in, so I was just like, she got a new job. They're moving.
Yeah. So we went to, so we're in the Jacksonville area, which is a big area. I know that because it was like 20 miles or something to the airport, and we were still in Jacksonville the whole time. So yeah, it's a big area.
Oh my god.
Big city living now. My goodness.
Big city. See, but so here's the cool thing: is it's the big city is there, but we are like outside of it. So
you're in a more suburban area.
Yeah, we've got stuff everywhere. Like anything we ever will need or want, we've got it around. But we're outside the main drag.
Right.
So
that's cool.
Pretty nice little setup. But yeah, so we left last Sunday, so a week ago today.
Yeah.
And it took us 4 days. We drove down, stayed in Virginia, went to Rock Hill, South Carolina to see my grandparents and my aunt and uncle who just had a baby. So we saw the new baby.
Very cool.
Then we stopped at my orange grandparents, is what I call them. It's my dad's parents. If you're wondering, they had an orange house when we were growing up, and then I had my blue grandparents who had a blue house. But yeah, so we stopped and saw them for a day, and then we stopped and saw my sister for a day, and then Wednesday we got here, unpacked the moving truck, and then yeah, now we're here. That's pretty much it.
That week probably flew by, dude.
It did.
And you said you had some things you learned in regards to the moving truck.
Right.
What was that little teaser you gave us earlier?
So when you move, especially when you move like across the country,
a good chunk of it anyway.
Yeah, you got a lot of stuff. So the last couple times we've moved like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So we were in New York still. So we had my dad come down with his trailer, bring the couch and mattress and all that stuff. So this time we can't do that. So we hired, we did a company. It's called UPAK, UPAK. Yeah, UPAK is what it is. Highly recommend. What? Oh, CK. Okay, so it is UPAK.
Okay.
Highly recommend. It's cheaper. So we looked up U-Haul to like rent a U-Haul truck that I would drive.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like $1,000 more.
Jeez.
Jesus.
Yeah. So we were like, okay, screw that. So we did the UPAK thing. So basically they dropped this trailer off, and it's at our old apartment for 3 days. We, pack it, until we have 3 days to pack it. We pack everything in there. Then you put up a wall in the thing that it attaches to the sides of the trailer. You put the wall up to wall your stuff off, and then they put like other freight in there. So it's like kind of a dual purpose.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So we did that, but I didn't pack it tight enough. I needed to do a better job of getting stuff floor to ceiling, which I did an okay job, but it's so hard because I'm not a big person. I'm very small.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I should have done a better job of getting it up because we got in there after it made the trek down, and we had used cardboard boxes.
Yeah.
Oh no!
You should have seen it, man.
Oh no!
It was a cardboard massacre, like because it's a trailer. So and they're driving on the highways, so like they're going quick. So if they hit a bump, it's boom, and so it's like I just like days of it just.
Oh, no.
But interestingly enough, we lost one bottle of bleach that I don't remember packing because that cracked open and got on some stuff. But it was
no.
But it was like stuff that we could wash and like, and it actually bleached. It like kind of made some of our shirts like fancily like artly bleached. You know?
Ooh, okay.
So I kind of like it. It kind of looks cool. But yeah, we lost that, and then we lost one plate that was dropped in here by Danielle's mom. So we didn't lose any dishes in like that. I don't know how.
Okay, well there
I don't
you
know
go.
how, but we did. Oh, and we did. The couch broke, but it was time to get rid of that anyway. So
yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But yeah, so that the lesson I learned was pack it tighter. Pack it tighter. Really squeeze it in there so it's not hopefully not going to move. And honestly, ratchet straps. Buy some ratchet straps.
Yeah.
So you can like put them in the door and like, or put them in the side of the wall and like strap stuff down. That'd be a lot better. Better choice. Yeah. But yeah, other than that, it was smooth sailing.
Well, if you ever need to move across the country again, you know now.
I do. I learned that lesson, and I've told it to all of you.
There we go.
Ratchet straps.
Thank you.
Yep. But yeah. How was your guys' month?
Eric, you go. I don't have much.
Okay. How was my month? I mean, it was pretty. I was working. Work was pretty busy. Let's see. I always do this. Let me go through my photo album and try to remember what I've done in the last
little
month.
photo album. That's a good way to do it sometimes.
Right? It's like, what was I doing in January?
See, I don't take pictures like with my phone,
hardly ever do on my phone. So I don't.
I played pond hockey. I sent you guys a video.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because it was colder than balls.
So it was cold down here. The lowest it got was the teens, which, I mean, listen, that's cold, but like it's not. I wouldn't consider that cold as balls personally. as someone who, I mean, I would have before I went to Plattsburgh, but now that I'm used to the northern temperatures, I'm like, it's
it's chilly.
But it was really fun. Me, Caroline, and Ronnie went to skate on a Saturday. I forget what Saturday. It's like a few weeks ago, and we went to a pond and it was frozen, but the ice was really choppy. And there's a bigger pond by me that hadn't quite frozen completely yet, so it needed one more day. So me and Caroline were kind of skating on the choppy pond, but then we ended up just going home because it was like we skated for 30 minutes, but it's not really like the puck's going everywhere. You can't really do anything. But it's free. Can't complain.
Yeah.
But then the next day, the big pond that I normally go to is frozen. So me and Ronnie went down there, and it was really fun. The ice was like really good. It was that nice like black smooth pond ice that you get.
Yeah,
which was very cool.
That's like best case scenario, and you so rarely get it.
Yeah. It was very noisy though, so we were kind of like, It was, again, we squeezed in a day. And the cool thing was at this place, so this neighborhood is like a really like kind of a bougie neighborhood, but like with like old, cozy, old money, if you will. So nothing's like super new and modern, but it's like very like it's really nice. It's really nice. The people there are nice. And a lot of people have hockey nets in their front yard, so they'll bring them out onto the ice and just let whoever use them. So we just happened to have like a brand new hockey net. No one was using it. We're like,
did you mark up the posts nicely?
No. I was telling Ronnie, I was like, we can't mark up the post, but we did hit the middle post.
Gotta break them in. Come on now.
we hit the middle post a few times because you can't really. I mean, at some point you're gonna.
Can't really avoid that. That's gonna happen. Yeah.
But that was a lot of fun. And then yesterday, me, Caroline, and my friend Nick went to the Brooklyn Museum, and there was a Spike Lee exhibit. I don't know if you guys are into Spike Lee films
Yeah, the director.
at
Yeah.
all. Yeah. He's from
not-
Brooklyn.
I've only seen his Air Jordan commercials.
Okay.
And him
So-
going crazy at courtside at Knicks game.
Yeah.
So it's funny you said it. So a cool part of this, his exhibit, I guess if you will, it's not just about his films, it's about him and his love for sports and some of the sports memorabilia. He had tons of signed Jordan things, like To Spike from Michael Jordan, and it was like
Yeah.
big posters when he was advertising Jordans. He has pretty much every Knicks jersey you can imagine that's signed by the players.
That's cool.
It's pretty amazing. It's like he has a Patrick Ewing
And
jersey.
he gave it to him, like to this exhibit.
Well,
So
it's
it's
probably
his.
like a short-term thing, like where they're
Yeah,
just
it's
displaying
his
it for a
stuff
while,
on
right?
display,
Yeah.
and then he'll get it back, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he just gets to showcase it, which is cool. And
Cool.
he was also there when we were there because it was the last weekend of this exhibit, but we didn't see him. There was a book signing. And like, listen, Spike's cool, but like, I didn't read his book, and like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I walked.
I'm
up to
sure
my-
the line was kind of long.
Yeah, so we were like,
I would
but yeah,
have
it
said the
was-
same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you know.
He's
But yeah, it
cool.
was cool. And then and obviously we'll get into this, but watch the All-Star game too. Not All-Star game, skills competition.
watched the
on
skills
Friday.
competition?
Oh, so you actually watched it?
I watched a bit of it. What Benny? You do anything fun?
No, I've had a pretty bland month. It's been work.
Is that a
Yeah,
new
been work.
painting in the back there?
No, I've had that.
Oh, okay.
That was up in my living room in the last place. It's
Oh, okay.
it's like a Montreal streetscape. if you
Yeah, I
look
can
at
see
it-
that. I can see that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
If you look at it closer, you'll see there's
Here,
some
we'll
kids
go-
in Leafs and Habs jerseys
We'll go
playing
full
hockey.
screen here. Boom. You can't quite see, but that's okay.
Dude, kids don't wear Leaf jerseys. Kids
Oh.
don't wear Leaf jerseys in Montreal.
There you go. Wait, hold on. Let me do this. Yeah, there you go. Leaf jerseys
we
in
go.
Montreal. Yeah, what is that?
Oh, you see them from time to time.
All right. Well, why don't we talk about the All-Star game a little bit? Since
Okay.
since Eric brought it up there. Well, let's start with
Well-
the skills competition. Did you watch the
Yes.
whole thing?
I
Or,
did
like,
not
part of it.
watch the entire thing. I
Mhm.
just watched. I didn't see. What did I miss? Fastest Skater and then the one-timers. I think I missed those two.
I missed even more than that. I think I saw the last two things.
Okay.
So I missed quite.
I didn't watch any of it.
I don't know. What
I
did
was
you think?
following
Eric? What did
along
you
on
think?
Twitter.
So one thing that I liked about this year a lot was in Vegas. You remember when they did like one-on-ones with the goalies, and
Mhm.
Zegras did that amazing move or whatever, but it was only one shot, right? So it was all this build-up. I was watching commercials, and then I got to see one shot.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yep.
this
Mhm.
is really showcasing the NHL. But like this time, they laid the pucks out, and the players were timed and had to like make continuously do breakaways. It reminded me of when they used to do the goalies on opposing sides, and the players would continuously do
Mhm.
breakaways. I like that because it showcases like how creative can a player be when they're timed, and like are they going to shoot it from far out? It's showcasing the skills of hockey.
Yep.
So I thought that was really cool. It got the goalies involved, and I really liked the obstacle course was really cool because it was everything. You saw stick handling, skating, like all of that stuff. And like I don't know, like that's why when you see NHL players play, you're like, oh my god, like it's impressive. They make it
Mhm.
look so easy,
Yep.
So I thought it was really cool. It didn't blow my mind or anything, but it was just fun and enjoyable. I was like, oh, this is a nice change of pace. It was just like,
Yeah, I think it was probably the best for the past few years. And I
Yeah.
agree with you for sure with that breakaway, cuz I mean was it last year? What was the year where Pietrangelo won it because of John Hamm?
I think that was the year
Was
it was
he-
in Vegas, but
Yeah.
John Hamm is a St. Louis Blues fan, so he
Yep.
like kind of
Yep.
gave him the win because
So-
he's an old Blues player. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That year, I didn't like that year because it, like Eric said, it was one shot and it wasn't remotely hockey based. It was
No.
like who can do the most gimmicky thing. And
Yeah.
then And
They kind
I
of jumped
just
the shark with that one.
I was like,
It
this
wasn't
fucking
great.
sucks, man. Like, there's no cool deeks. There's no like
Yeah.
good shots. It's just who can do the most wild thing and then miss the net and still win. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But
And then I remember last year when they were in Florida, the thing that I hated so much was they kept like cutting to like pre-recorded things outside, or then like there was that weird golf event that Nick Suzuki won.
oh yeah, that was
Yeah, I
weird.
just
Oh yeah.
I was just like, what are we doing? What
They're
are we
trying-
doing? And
they're-
I'm pretty
they're
sure they
just,
just
like-
played those things on the Jumbotron for the people in there
Yeah.
at the skill. It's like, oh, that would have been painful to be at. Like, that would have been such a boring
remember that.
event to be at.
Yeah, they definitely. And I don't know who plans it. I don't know if it's the. I'm assuming it's just the NHL in general. Figures that
Yeah,
out.
they have like a
Yeah.
special events like
Mhm.
department. I know it because they had that guy on 32 Thoughts a few times.
Oh.
I don't remember his name,
yeah,
but
that's right. That's right. I remember that.
Yep.
I think it was definitely better. It's definitely the best that we've seen in at least a couple years. And the adding in the $1 million for the winner definitely makes people try harder. Unless you're Nikita Kucherov.
oh my god, he did not give a
Yo,
fuck.
that
I
was
saw
so
that.
funny.
Oh
Actually-
yeah, he did not care. Well, here's what it is. All of his teammates are just chilling out on St. Pete Beach.
Yeah.
He's up in fucking 20-degree Toronto. Like,
Yeah.
no offense, Toronto, but like, you get a week off, and then instead of hanging out on a beach, you gotta.
Sure, there were a lot of guys there that just did not care.
Yeah, but he was the only one that actively was like, check this out, guys. I don't care.
I also do find it funny that, yeah, congrats, McDavid. You won the $1 million on the event you helped plan.
Like I saw a tweet.
Basically created that event
I
and
saw a
like
tweet.
worked really hard with the NHL to like make what that event was going to be, and then he won it.
I mean, I'm not like obviously we're not saying he won it because he helped design it.
No, he still has to go
best
do
player.
the damn
He's
thing,
just
and
the
he's
best
really
player
good.
in the NHL.
It's just funny that it ended up working out that way.
Yes.
Yeah, I did see a tweet. Somebody was like, "Yep, McDavid wins the $1 million on the obstacle course he helped design." Interesting.
Yeah.
But no, he is just the best. He is just the best player.
Yeah.
So,
He is just
but no,
as good.
I think they did a great job with that. I didn't see like the passing one. Did you see the passing one?
Yeah, I saw
That was the
passing
one where everybody got pissed off at Kucherov.
Yeah.
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 I don't know. I think it was pretty good, but yeah, I think it's lost its luster for me. It's a long way from the days where I would be like hyped to see it, to watch like Marty do the shootout or Stamkos do the shootout.
Yeah.
But you know,
I feel like I don't know. All the gimmicky shit just ends up being the same, different versions of the same thing. Where like you're gonna be doing some kind of puck handling or passing through obstacles, or at little nets. And
what else? What more can you do? You know.
which is why I'm like, I wonder if you just keep it as baseline as possible, where you just do accuracy shooting, hardest shot, fastest skater, and a shootout.
Yeah.
And then you could almost put it like earlier in the day before the actual game. But I guess they want the two
That'd be
nights
a
of
lot
having
of-
the two
well-
TV events.
Well, you'd have to do a lot of. That's a long day. That's a long goddamn day. Because like if
Well,
you do those
They're just
5
going
things,
for a fucking skate during the game anyway. It's not like they're exerting.
I know, but like,
themselves.
but I'm more talking about like, that's so much TV.
In one day, yeah.
That's
I guess
like-
it makes sense.
I mean,
yeah.
you're talking about 2 to 3 hours for that with commercial breaks and whatnot. Like 2 to 3 hours for the skills thing, and then for the
Well,
two
if you
semifinal games, and then the final
pare
game.
the skills down, you could make that into like a 1 hour thing.
No,
Like if you you don't think so?
No.
With that few of events?
5. You're talking about 5 events.
Yeah.
No, not an hour. You can maybe do 2.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think you'd be able to, because you've got to set it up. You've got to get cameras where they got to be.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot more that goes into it. If you're just doing it without TV, yeah, you could do it in an hour. But
Yeah.
but yeah, with the TV stuff, it definitely takes longer. I mean, I don't know. I could see them doing that, sure, but I think they definitely want the multiple day multi-day thing.
Yeah.
Which thank goodness they've changed it to the game on Saturday and the skills on Friday, because it used to be Saturday, Sunday. It was like
yeah, that was always weird to me. This is to have a Sunday like be your main event.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Yep.
But
did you see though? They're getting closer, boys. Did you see mascot dodgeball? They're getting closer.
Dude, when I saw that, I immediately thought, I'm like, oh my god, Mike's idea. They're getting closer. They're on the precipice. Yeah.
They did mascot dodgeball, and I think they did a creator dodgeball as well. Because I think I saw a video or like an Instagram video of Nasher doing doing a dodgeball thing, and I think what's his name was there too.
Pavel Barber, probably.
Yeah, that guy. Yep.
Yeah, Pavel Barber.
Yeah, it was okay. Ben didn't watch the game. Eric, did you catch the game at all? Any of the games?
I mean, the last thing I want to say about the skills competition too is obviously like it was fun for me watching Barzell. Because obviously, like, I don't know, like outside, like I don't know, someone's with, especially like even Suzuki, right? Like you see your player with your team, but then
it's cool.
You're seeing their individual skill again. Like
Suzuki didn't get to go in the skills competition.
I know. It's like,
what about did you catch him in that obstacle course?
Barzell? Suzuki?
Oh, dude, he couldn't hit the nets. He couldn't hit the nets. I know, poor
bad,
guy.
Man, that was bad.
Poor guy. It's funny too, because that small net, that's like way harder than it looks too. That was the thing. Like, but he couldn't even hit the big nets. I was like, no, Barzy,
please. So Benny, like part of the skills thing was like a saucer pass over a little thing into there's two big nets in the little net. And they ended up having to bring more pucks over to Barzell.
Dude, he was rapid fire. He was like this.
No.
And he just get messed up.
That's never good.
And he started so well too. Like he was looking
he was on pace with McDavid.
He
was on pace with McDavid.
And then he just
Yeah.
That's all right. Listen, even the NHL players mess up sometimes.
Yeah.
The one thing from the actual game I saw was a highlight of Nick Suzuki passing it to Boone Jenner for a goal.
Oh.
And I watched as the goalie they were shooting on, I don't even know who it was, but he went down immediately when he saw Suzuki like looking to shoot, and then just could not give two shits as the puck went across the crease. And I was like, why would I watch this? Like, this is like it's like my all-star representative doing a cool pass for a cross goal, sure. And even then, I'm like, no, look at what the goal. Like, he's just he's sitting still. Like, I don't. Why would I watch this?
How do you think the game could be better, Ben?
I guess I don't know how you get the players to care.
Because
until you do, you're not gonna have a compelling game. Like you're not.
I mean, it depends, because like offensively, you're gonna see. Well, even then though, because even then the offense, like, it's like dudes are not barely skating and then like doing a pass over and you see a goal, but like it's not like anything special.
Well, it's because you see it and it's like, okay, well that's clearly not like anything that would happen in real game time. Because you wouldn't be you're not gonna be playing at this like 30% slowed down speed where you're just gonna be playing catch back and forth. Like, it's, I don't know. It's just kind of lame. Although there was, the one other highlight I did see was Sergei Bobrovsky just fucking robbing Mitch Marner on a cross crease, and he got the blocker over. I'm like, holy shit.
That was a good save.
All right, everybody watch Bobrovsky and play like that. Like, give me something like make it look like you're giving a fuck out there. Like, holy shit.
There's got to be. They tried to do it with the $1 million, but it's like, dude, you're giving a split $1 million, and it's split more than 10 people, so it's
once
like
that
less
gets
than
split up,
100K,
that's barely anything
to people who have already made millions of dollars. It's just not.
And I'm sure that's gonna get taxed somehow, so it's gonna be even less.
I don't know how the taxing situation works, but they make the money in Toronto, so is it gonna get Toronto taxed? Because that's bad.
So yes,
that's a lot.
Yeah.
They tried, but I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know what the answer is. Well, the answer apparently for next year is to not have it and do a 4-team international tournament.
Yeah, honestly, hell yeah.
I was gonna say, because I feel like
they're actually going to be trying.
I guess like hearing us discuss this, it's almost like we want the All-Star game to have like the intensity of a real game, which like isn't going to happen because it's the All-Star game ever. So I
Yeah.
guess the only way to make a better All-Star game is to just not have an All-Star game.
Replace it, honestly, yeah. Replace it with an international type thing
I'd be okay
every
with that.
year. That's awesome. That would be awesome.
And if you really want to, it's going to be an NHL run thing. You can make a skills competition
Yeah.
happen at those.
Yeah.
And then you can have it be a competition between the countries too,
Yeah.
where like
Hell
you
yeah.
can have each team like get scores based. Yeah.
Just
Because that's
make
the part about the All-Star game every time that people are like, oh yeah, that's the fun part.
the skill
So
comp.
like,
Yeah.
dude, so do that at the international.
Dude, that's a great idea. Just make it international. They're gonna care about it, or at least hopefully they'll care.
Honestly,
about
that actually might make them care more about it. Is if it's like, oh, what like
Playing
one
for
of
your
the
country,
countries is
that kind of
gonna take the win at the skills comp.
So
It's
here's my question. You guys are completely okay with that if that means the best players on your team have the possibility of getting injured halfway through the season?
they could also get injured in game 43 of the regular season for their
Yep.
team. Like we're watching sports. Have fun with it. Like I don't know.
Injuries
I always
could
always
happen.
found that a really lame response.
I mean-
or lame excuse.
That's fair. Yeah,
so
that's
here's
fair.
I mean, injuries could happen. It would maybe sting a little bit more if it was in something that doesn't count for the NHL. It would maybe sting a little bit more, but yeah, like you said, it could happen the next game. It could happen the first NHL game back. So it's like,
Yeah.
whatever.
That's fair. That's fair. I asked that because it's like I also am in agreement with you guys because I've heard people say, "Oh, what about like teams get it?" Like, yeah, if it's good hockey, it's good hockey, right? You want to grow the game. You want to watch international hockey. We've been starved for international hockey for the past frickin' however many years. So
Well, it's like I don't remember what group chat I sent it in, but it was that on ice video I think PK Subban was taking
Yes.
the last time when Canada won in 2014.
yeah,
The
yeah.
video quality on that,
It
it's
was
like, oh
so
my God,
bad.
I did not realize 2014 was this long ago. My
10
goodness.
years, bro. 10 years.
Cell
That's
phone
the-
technology has come a long way.
Yeah.
It adds
in
to the
that
vibes.
span of time.
We need more videos like that. Adds to the vibes.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're not gonna talk about it right now, but as a little teaser, coming up after we play a little hurdle and after we talk about our own teams, we are getting best on best hockey. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that back at the Olympics once again.
Mhm.
So we're gonna talk about that a little bit later, and there's a couple trades as well throughout the
Yes.
league that we can talk about as well. So, but first, we're gonna talk about our team. So who wants to go first? We should have had Nick text something in, but I didn't think about it until just now.
I'll go first
Go ahead.
if you guys want.
Do it.
Yeah.
The Isles.
Yeah, the Isles. I guess I want to start. So it was All right. So obviously they fired Lane Lambert, and their head coach is now Patrick Waugh.
That was the weirdest push
Yes.
notification in the world to get
That was
on a
on-
random
Yes.
Sunday. I think it was Sunday.
And
I
I
think it was
wanted
last
actually.
Sunday.
I wanted to. It was
2 Sundays ago, I think.
2 Sundays
Because-
ago.
yeah,
yeah.
my time is weird. right
That
now.
makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. But so I actually wanted Ben, you said something that was interesting that I wanted to talk about. So Lambert's team was only 2 points out of a playoff spot at that point.
Right.
And how do you watch any Islanders games? Like or you can't you can't 'cause
I
they blacked
can't.
out.
They get
Oh,
blacked out for
God.
me. I don't have MSG.
So watching the Islanders, if you just look at their record, yeah, they're 2 points out, but when you see how they handle games with leads or just the way that they played, it was very obvious that you have two choices. Change the players or change the coach just to change something up. And when you're Lou Lamoriello and everyone's signed to a 7-year contract, you can't really change the players. So
Are you telling me
so-
nobody wants to take Pierre or is it Pierre or Pear? Pierre? No,
I
it
think
was a
it's Pierre.
different guy that was named.
we call him
Pierre.
Pear. We can call him
Pear,
Pear.
No.
Pairingvall.
There was a whole nother Leafs player that also was named Pear. I've watched too much Steve Dangle.
Well, listen, we don't care about Pear. We only care about
for-
Pierre Engvall.
What is it? 7 more years?
Yeah, so excited.
Was it a 7-year deal or was it an 8-year
Yeah.
deal?
It might have been
So
8.
6 more years.
I think it was
a
7.
7.
I agree.
Was it 7? It feels like 8 to me. I'm gonna just stick with that.
Feels like
Either
about
way.
15.
A long, yeah. Either way, a long fucking time.
Ricky Pietro was like, "Damn, I have company." No, that's but yeah. So obviously there needed to be a change. I think Patrick Waugh is just an interesting choice. Looking up, you talked about this, Ben, in the video. Looking up his tenure with the Avs, it wasn't like anything extraordinary. But I wouldn't say it was anything like
awful,
like bottom of the league awful. It
was
started to
pretty
teeter
mid
out towards the
on
end.
the
It was
whole.
mid. It was mid, and
But
that's the thing, right? It's like,
he did win the Jack Adams in one of those years.
Yeah, that doesn't mean shit.
I know,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying. Well, you got to do something. You can't be like you can't be super mid. You got to at least have some success.
No, that was his first year where they had a pretty good record throughout the season, but underlying it was they had like a crazy high shooting percentage that year, and a lot of people covering them were like, they're probably going to peter out in the playoffs, and then they petered out in the playoffs in the first round. And then both seasons after that I'm pretty sure were losing records, or they were like right around NHL 500, where
NHL 500-ish,
overtime losses are kind of weirdly factored in there. So, yeah.
So it to me, after doing that research, like I was thinking about it, it kind of seems like he's okay, we're right outside the playoffs. We need an extra push, right? Because again, this is the team that Lou assembled to do the thing. So at a halfway point in the season, I guess he thought like this, because especially the way Patrick Waugh coaches, he's very emotional, very vocal. It's like, is this the guy that we need to get us over this hump, get us into the playoffs, and then we could just ride that? I don't think it's going to be a long tenure as coach. I mean, obviously we still have a second half of the season to go for, but again, it seems like a very quick. Lambert was an assistant coach promoted to a head coach, and this is just a guy that you got. So it's not like anything's really set in stone yet.
Did he sign a contract of some kind? You got to sign something to get paid, to coach and get paid.
That's a good question. I want to say it was a year,
like a 1 year type thing.
Yeah,
so they may just ride him out. Ride him out. They might ride out with him for the rest of the year, and then miss the playoffs. Probably see you later.
Yeah, and I mean, that's so the interesting thing is, if you're going to do a Patrick Waugh as a head coach, when the trade deadline comes up, are you going to be buyers or sellers? Because again, and Ben, you'll get into it with trades, right? And stuff like that.
The better question is it physically possible for current Lou Lamoriello to be a buyer?
Ooh. Good question.
It's a great question. And we all know the answer to that question.
Sorry, a buyer for something more than Pierre Engvall.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. With very limited assets to shell out. So, but I don't know. That was kind of interesting. I think with Waugh, I think they won their first game in overtime against Dallas, with him as the head coach, and then they lost their next two going into the All-Star break. But they're on a skid right now.
The Habs, baby.
Not so much of a coach bump there.
They did.
The Habs almost blew it against them, but they ended up getting the win, and that was actually I need to say thank you, Eric, because Sean Monahan had 2 goals in that game, including the game winner. So you helped those Sean Monahan stocks right there.
Listen, I don't mind doing that.
How are you feeling about your Isles, though? How are you feeling about where they're at?
To be honest, I'm not really motivated to watch them at the moment, because it's just
that's always a good sign.
It's just no, it's just like there are some players. Again, I really can't. Horvat has been great this year. Barzal has been great this year. Like, I have no complaints over those guys doing their things, but it's just all these other pieces. There are just so many question marks. Sorokin's been having a down year, but still, again, not really to be blamed for anything. His down year is still over 900, so I don't know. There's been you can have way worse. Again.
Oh yeah, you can. I'm seeing it right now.
So but I'm just not really motivated to watch them. I think maybe that's another reason the All-Star game was fun for me, because I could just see Barzal smile and have fun, and not just every game just watch his team just blow a lead. But yeah, that's how I feel about the Islanders. Oh yeah, also I guess while we're on, because we're talking about the Canadians, Brendan Gallagher, dude.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, are we gonna move on to the Canadians?
Dude.
Well, you can say it on your end. I don't know.
And I know you feel the same way. I'm like, dude.
I saw that.
Dude,
holy shit!
If he blows Pelech up shoulder to shoulder, I don't know the hell yeah, dude.
If it's a clean hit, and we can talk about a clean hit later on. But
that was so bad.
Yeah, it was rare to see a situation on Habs Twitter where literally everybody was just like, "What?
Yeah, like
what are you doing?
What? Yeah,
what are you doing?"
That was probably
there was nobody doing the oh well if from this angle and this
yeah.
It was just literally everybody was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What are you? Because like there was no way to understand it. You just saw it happen, and you were like,
yeah.
What were you even going for?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Dude, that's why. Yeah. And I was getting. There were some Islanders fans where I wanted to be like, yo, calm down, because like they were getting so mad at the Canadians. I'm like, listen, you don't. Why would you dislike the Canadians? Like there's nothing like Isles Canadians. There's nothing there. Like
I mean, you can understand them in the moment. I can understand
after that hit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm like,
that
whole team is a bunch of scumbags.
Share moments.
Yeah. No, but well, I don't know. I also, Ben, you're also my friend, so maybe I have a Benny bias. But I was like, oh god, get Gallagher out of the game. Like I don't hate anyone.
Dude, that was. But I'm like, dude. Thinking about it, that hit might be the worst hit we've seen in the last like 2-3 years at least.
It's pretty bad. Because there was like no like
it was
there was no like
and all
there was that and there was no like it was mid play where the puck was close and like a body changed direction quickly and like that's what caused it. No, he just went for it. He just went for it the whole way, and it was just also weird because it's like, yeah, sure, Gallagher's always been a chippy player. He's always played like net front battles type guy, but like he's never had any moments where he's done something like that.
Yeah,
exactly. It just like came out of nowhere. I was just confused.
Yeah.
I was just confused.
Yeah. Like you said, he's he's not clean by any means, but he's not
right.
Like,
he mixes it up a bit, but like it's more so
deliberate injury.
Yeah, exactly.
Deliberate injury. Like,
it's always been more so in a way where like it's kind of been in a sense of that's sort of in hockey there is a little bit of gray area where you can get a little chippy in the net front. Yeah, he's just an annoying dude, but he's never done anything like that. I was just so confused. I was like, where did that come from?
What are you doing?
Like,
But Pelech though, I just feel bad because he's obviously been injured for the first part of the season, and then he comes back for a few games and that happened. I'm like, oh god, dude.
So was there any news on that? Like what?
That's the thing. No, to be honest, I think somehow he's okay.
Largely okay. I mean, I'm sure it didn't feel good, but
yeah. But at the same time, I don't know. Maybe they could sit him this next game, but I haven't heard like he wasn't placed on LTIR or anything like that. I haven't heard that. So
lined up with a bit of a break, so that
that's kind of nice.
Yeah, which kind of helped. Yeah. But yeah, no, that's it on the Islanders. If you wanted to go into the Habs, feel free to.
Well,
I mean,
I don't really want to.
There's one big thing.
We'll get to the trade, but to start off with their play, it was not great to wrap things up before the All-Star break. We're getting some goalie regression where Sam Montembeault isn't like he can only stand on his head behind an extremely porous defense for so long before he's like, guys, I'm tired, boss. Like,
oh god,
I'm tired, boss.
Like it got to that, and it's gotten to that point, and I don't really want to talk about their play too much, so we're just gonna skip over that.
Skip it.
Okay.
And the fact that it's only gonna get worse because their center depth is essentially Nick Suzuki now after the Sean Monahan trade, which, hey, I love that trade. Fantastic trade. They have now gotten 2 first-rounders for Sean Monahan, for taking him and for getting rid of him.
That's kind of funny, dude.
That's insane.
So, like, it's fantastic work by Kent Hughes. Like, I can't complain about that at all. There were some honest-to-God people on Habs sort of being like, oh, we saw what they just got for Elias Lindholm. How didn't we get more for Sean Monahan? Like, guys, he's an expiring deal, injury-prone player that has had his numbers pumped up by his power play time with the Habs this year.
Yeah.
Which admittedly he's been doing good, but like it's not equatable. Like Sean Monahan or Elias Lindholm is still an extremely solid two-way center in this league, and was just on a bad team, and is probably, now that he's going to this very good Vancouver team, those numbers are gonna go up. Like he's gonna get some more scoring just by going to there. And they're not comparable players. Like it's I think I saw somebody I followed tweeted where it was like, it's funny looking at both of those trades, because the Elias Lindholm trade, you're looking at it entirely based on prior years and not this one. And the Sean Monahan one, you're looking at it entirely based on this year and not prior years. Yeah. It's like, no, getting that return for Sean Monahan is fantastic.
A first round pick for that guy, yeah. That's
expiring deal, injury prone dude, where like, it's like it wasn't gonna happen. Like he's gonna come out of this year probably getting $5 to $6 million a year on some team that's gonna pay him way too much in free agency,
and is gonna suck balls for it.
That was never gonna make sense for the Habs. So doing what they did, which the other part of it was, it was a first round pick and in 2024, so this upcoming draft, and a conditional 2027 third round pick that the Habs only get if the Jets win the cup this year.
Oh, dang. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's an
never
awesome
happening, but also that was the goofiest fucking condition.
The Jets could win.
They could, but I don't think, like, of the conditional things that could happen, that's not a high probability conditional pick you're gonna get. But like, it was like one of those so like plainly just optics tack-ons that I've ever seen, where Kent's like, guys, can we just give me something to make it look a little better? And like they just gonna get something, and the odds of it actually happening are so low.
When will you be getting your Jets jersey for the playoffs?
Oh, I'm not getting a Jets jersey.
Go Jets!
I don't give a fuck.
Dude,
I still have bad enough Mark Scheifele memories where I'm like, you're not going to catch me rooting for the Jets.
True.
But I am sad to see Sean Monahan go, because he had endeared himself quite well to the Montreal market over the last couple of years. He was just a really good pro and was really valuable, I think, to a lot of the forwards that they were bringing along. So just good for him to be going somewhere where I cannot actively root for Winnipeg to win, but if they do and Sean Monahan gets the cup, I will be very happy for him.
Yeah, all right then.
So good for him, and I hope the Habs keep dealing away some guys. And it's like I tweeted it the other day too. I'm like, it's kind of crazy because they get another first rounder by trading out Sean Monahan, but at the same time, guarantee they're going to have another top 5 draft pick this year, because this Habs team is gonna be ass for the rest of this year.
Looking forward.
They have nothing up the middle. Like they've already announced, or not announced, but like basically said when like Kent Hughes was doing his press conference, we were like, oh yeah, well, Newhook's coming back from injury, so that'll help at center. And I'm like, I liked Newhook where he was at right before he went down with injury. He was kind of coming on, but that's because he was playing at wing. All of the time he played at center this year was not good. So we'll see how it goes. I don't think it's gonna go great, because it goes Nick Suzuki, Alex Newhook, and then Jake Evans, and then Mitchell Stevens, I guess, as fourth line.
Oh yeah, Stanley Cup champion.
Stanley Cup champion Mitchell Stevens. Yeah,
I actually don't remember him touching the ice one time in that whole run.
Go.
In all honesty,
I feel like he might have been like one of those guys where he I don't know if he played a lot in the regular season. He might have like gotten the qualified 41 games kind of thing.
He probably did. Yeah.
It's gonna be a rough end of the season. It's gonna be bad. They're gonna be real bad. So hopefully they play decent when I go. I'm going into a game next Saturday, afternoon game against Dallas.
Nice.
I think it is.
Okay.
I don't see it going great, but I'm gonna go to a hockey game. Bring my mom in.
That'll be fun. fun.
Nice.
A couple beers, couple wieners.
Oh yeah. We'll go out to dinner somewhere after the game. Yeah.
Three Bros, dude. I really would love to go to a Three Bros game. Or maybe excuse me, a Trois Brasseurs.
Wow.
I don't know. Maybe we can plan something next year.
Yeah. Listen,
Maybe.
even though I'm at the bottom of the country now instead of the top, there's
real easy airport access up to Plattsburgh. So
yeah, so not out of Jacksonville, but out of Daytona, which is about an hour and a half south. So I could drive down there and then get a nice one-way flight up there.
That would be, I feel like, the simplest way to get up there, up here, and then I'll just come pick you up, and then
Yep. We can plan something like that.
Also, I feel like tickets to Plattsburgh are always hella cheap too.
Oh yeah, like that, like
because nobody's going to Plattsburgh,
and it's Allegiant, so it's like $300. Like,
they opened another airline too recently, Breeze Airways. That's coming up, going back and forth from Florida. I don't know if there's any because is Jacksonville the other side from Tampa?
Yes.
How does the geography work?
So so Jacksonville is northeast, east coast, and then Tampa is down. I think it's like 3 hours away, but it's all the way across, and it's on the Gulf side.
The south
is 3 hours away.
Coast.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
On the Gulf side.
Dude, you're close to Georgia.
It's gonna be a bit of a haul for you to even go to Tampa Bay games.
So, funnily enough, it's closer than we were to Buffalo, and we did that twice. So,
well, fair enough. Yeah.
So it'll be a haul, but it's less than we've done. So
that's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if we really need to, we can just get a hotel there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that Danielle's rolling in it, right, Danielle? He's not there. He's not there anymore. Well, speaking of Tampa, let's talk about it.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so I'm actually feeling pretty good. I'm a little nervous that this break is gonna slow them down because they've been on some nice rolls here.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, let me look. I'm actually interested now. I want to see what their last 10 is because it's got to be pretty damn good. Tampa Bay last 10. Yeah, they're 8-2-0 in their last 10. They're cooking right now. The only thing I will say, it's been a week. It's been a weak schedule.
Yeah.
You can only beat the teams in front of you, but it has been a weak schedule. They haven't played
who are they beating?
Oh, let me see.
There's got to be some strong teams in there.
So I'll tell you who one of the teams they lost to was Detroit, and I was mad about it because that's the team that you need to beat.
Directly in a dogfight for a playoff spot with them. Yeah, it's not what you want.
I think they brought them to OT, so they might have gotten a point out of it, but still, you got to beat that team. Schedule. Here we go. I know that they've not played any of the top teams. Where are we? Down here. So in their last 10, they've lost twice. They lost to Detroit and Boston.
Yeah. Okay.
So those are good teams. Well, Detroit, but Boston, whatever. They've beaten the Wild, the Kings, the Devils twice. The Wild twice, Devils twice, Ducks, Sabres, Flyers, and Coyotes. So, and the thing that I will say right now is, Cooch, this is the best he's ever played.
Yeah,
he's been nuts
by a good bit. I mean, he's it, and it's bad for the team because I'm pretty sure he right now factors into about 40% of all Tampa Bay Lightning goals, which is the most by anybody. You think McDavid or McKinnon, and they're in the 30s, and Kucherov's at 40-41%. It's oh god, it's really Kucherov in a dream right now.
Yeah,
Kucherov in a dream.
If you guys make it, it's gonna be because of him.
Oh, not even close, man. It's gonna be Kucherov.
Yeah, he's gotta be a walk away heart.
That's what I was about to say. Is if he continues this type of play, it's gonna be hard to give the heart to somebody else. They'll probably do it, but it'll be hard to.
Well, because that's literally the whole thing. It's most valuable to your team. That's the whole. That's what that one is. So it would have to be that. Well,
is it
I mean, no, they'll find ways. But
or is it most valuable in the league?
I'm pretty sure we've had this.
Either way,
discussion.
Either way, I'm saying it's Cooch because if he continues this, he will most likely win the scoring race. Even with McDavid doing what he's doing and McKinnon, McKinnon's the only other one that's kind of close.
Yeah, they're 1 point away.
Yeah, they're
right
basically tied.
Yeah, 84, 85.
But the difference is, I think McKinnon's got a little touch more help. I don't know what the rest of the Lightning players are doing, man. What the hell?
Watching Kucherov.
Colorado actually, their forward core is kind of in shambles at the moment.
They're also kind of bad. All right. Well,
actually, they
it'll be interesting heart race then. That'll be fun to watch. But yeah, so in the last week since we've talked, so since Benny gave you all the update, they lost to Detroit that night when he recorded that video. And then they beat Philly, Arizona, and the Devils, all by the score of 6-3.
Oh damn!
Every single game, same score.
Wow, that's wild.
So yeah, they are scoring a lot, and it's helping hold up some iffy goaltending from old Vasi. He's been sort of and I don't know if it's defense in front of him or if it's he's older and he's coming back from an injury. I don't know. He's just he's not what he is right now, or what he's been in the past.
I think he's doing a Carey Price, and he came back from injury, and he's like, "Boys, I'm just gonna save it for the playoffs." They're like, "Sure."
Hey, I'm fine with that.
All right, cool.
I'm fine with that. So speaking of Vasi, his numbers for the season: a .285 goals against, .899 save percentage. In his last 5 games, a 2.8 goals against and a .897 save percentage. So he's pretty much just doing the same thing. Not good. Not very good. You were talking about Sorokin having an off year with an over 900. Freaking Vasi is like solidly at 900, just below it. So
dang, dude.
It's not been great, but
all right.
They've been winning, and I think they've built a slight cushion. And by slight cushion, I think it's like 2 points in front of Toronto. Without games in hand, because they've played a lot of games. They've played like 51 or 52 games already.
Yeah, it is 1 point ahead of Toronto. Yes.
1 point. All right. Dang it. It's too close.
Oh, did you say 2?
I said 2. Yeah.
Oh no.
So I underestimated. But yeah, so they're doing okay. They're beating the teams in front of them. Let me look here. What's their next? What's their big test?
They have played 3 more games than Toronto as well, so that's not great.
They've played a lot more games. Wednesday, I guess, is a pretty big test. They've got the Rangers, and they got the Islanders on Thursday. I don't think I'll be able to watch it because I'm close now. I'm close to the Lightning. So
you're in the Lightning
I'll be able
region.
to watch it. I think it'll be blacked out for me. So that's unfortunate, but who knows? If it's on,
you're gonna have to figure out something else to do for all your Yeah,
we'll figure it out. We might do maybe Hulu Live, or I don't know. Fuck, we might have to get fucking cable if I start bringing in some money. We might actually have to fucking buy cable.
That's so annoying. Just for sports games, yeah, it's a pain.
But anyway. But hey, if it's on ESPN Plus, if it's an ESPN Plus hockey game, I'll be able to watch it, I think.
Well, have fun beating the Islanders, dude. That should be a good time.
Hey, dude, who knows, man? Who knows? You don't know.
Oh, I know.
No.
Oh, I know.
No. You don't know.
No, you're right. Anything can happen.
This is hockey we're talking about.
Yeah, it's hockey, dude. That's it. That's all I got for the Lightning. Hopefully they continue on playing the way they're playing. Maybe let in a few less goals. Vasi. That's it. We're going to play a little hurdle, and then we'll be back. And what are we going to be talking about, gentlemen? We're going to be talking about some best on best hockey.
Yep.
Finally, it's back. And then we've got one more large trade. Benny hinted at it a little bit earlier, Elias Lindholm. But we'll talk about what the Flames got back in return for that and how we think that trade will work out, how he'll fit into the Canucks system. All coming up after we guess a player.
We're getting this first goal right here. First goal.
Yeah, welcome back.
That's
the most. Yeah, that's easy.
So he's got like a toe head. His head looks like a toe.
Ben, that's easy. Yeah, it's not easy, Ben. Okay. It's not easy. I'm sorry.
Guess.
What if I get it first try? Hold on, let me think about this. If I get it first try, that'd be cool.
Looks like he's got he's thinner hair, so that brings me to like a Swedish guy, because Swedes have like kind of thin hair. You know what I mean?
Give me Ekman Larson.
What if Benny one shots? What if Benny one shots it?
Dude, that'd be
if Benny one shots this. Okay.
That's really good though.
That's not bad.
We got some info though. We got some info.
Finally.
Oh my god.
Finally an Atlantic Division player. Thank God.
And they're not Swedish.
Not Swedish.
But they are a defenseman. And
they're older than shit.
Older than 8. Oh my god. They're older than 32 and it's not particularly close.
No, it's not. So it's like 34 plus.
So it's an old-ass defenseman on an Atlantic team. Calvin DeHaan. Isn't he old?
Oh. Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Let's I don't think he's that old, is he?
Yes, he is.
Oh my gosh, he is that old.
Oh, he's okay.
Oh, number. It's close. It's like it's 45 to 50 is the number.
Okay, a defenseman. Ooh.
45 to 50 defenseman, so not Tampa. Well, this should be easy. Let's go through the Atlantic teams. Canadians.
Is that Eric Johnson?
Oh.
Wait, yeah, dude, that's a great guess.
That's a good guess.
That's a great guess.
Oh.
American.
He is American.
American.
And he's...
Oh, wow. It's like 36. This is like a 36, 37-year-old. God dang,
I'm trying to think on the Habs. Old dudes on the Habs. They don't have any old American dudes on defense.
The Sens don't have any old dudes either, right?
Not that old, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, let's think. Toronto? No.
Also, am I overlooking somebody obvious on the Habs?
I mean, who knows, man? I don't know the Canadians. Not at all.
I don't think I am.
Their roster is like all over the place.
All their defensemen are young, except for like David Savard and Mike Matheson, who are both Canadian.
Yeah, Mike Matheson.
What? No,
I feel like I'm missing Atlantic teams. Hold on, it's Buffalo, Florida.
We got rid of
Florida, Tampa.
3 of them.
Yeah, we got rid of those. The Leafs, Senators, Detroit.
It could be somebody on Detroit.
Is it Jeff Petrie?
Oh,
I like that guess a lot.
Because he's old.
Wait, he's not that old. He's not that old.
Are you sure? Pretty sure he's 36.
He might be. Never mind. Actually, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, nice, Rick. Well done.
I said,
that's in his Penguins jersey still.
Oh God.
All right, good job, gentlemen. Let's call it there. Let's call it there. Nice.
I have a question for Ben.
You want to do one more?
All right, we can do one more. We can do one more.
I have a question for Ben. Ben, who would have thought after all this time of getting Pacific Division teams and random players that Jeff Petrie would be the one that they'd throw at us?
Hey, I'll take it.
All right, play unlimited mode. Here we go.
As soon as we got, what the fuck is that hair?
Is that Uri Slafkovsky?
No.
Yo, his head is it's a rectangle.
It's a square.
That's
He's got a square-shaped head. Yeah,
That's
and
crazy.
Let me tell you. Listen, there's like certain haircuts you're supposed to have with certain like head shapes and face shapes. He's got the wrong one, boys.
I don't know if that's working on anybody's head. I don't know if that's working on anybody's head.
Is that Tom Wilson? He seems like he has a big head.
No, that's not. He has less hair than that.
He does. All right.
That's a lot of freaking hair.
Yeah. What is going on? Is that Kakaniemi?
That's not a bad guess.
I don't hate that. Kotka. Used to. Well,
he's Finnish and he used to play for the Hurricanes. So they're in their Western Conference.
Oh God, it's a Pacific
Finnish Western Conference dude who used to play for the Hurricanes.
Okay, so think of a Finnish or think of a guy. Oh God,
wildly specific.
This is gonna be some
goalies.
Player, bro.
Goalies. They've been through some goalies, or maybe they haven't. He's Czech.
Yeah. He's not Finnish.
Is there any Finnish goalies around?
Ranta, I think, but he's still
there.
Yeah.
Oh, why did we do it?
Yeah, blame me.
All right, so we've got used to play. Let's think here. Let's just try and narrow down a division. Give me a Ducks player.
Ooh. You think I know a Finnish
Not a
Ducks
center.
player?
Not a center.
The
Just any old player, I think.
You know what? Just do. I was gonna say just do John Klingberg, but don't do that.
What's
Oh
a
my
Finnish?
God.
What's Finnish, man? I don't even know Finnish players at all. No, sorry if I offend anyone.
Sebastian Aho.
Still there. Wow, they
But
got
he still
they got
plays.
multiple Finns there. That's kind of interesting.
I'm trying to think. The Dallas Stars have a lot of Finnish players.
Do they?
Yeah.
What's Heiskanen?
Yeah, he's Finnish.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, but he's young. He's younger than this guy. Fuck it, I'm putting him.
Yeah, we just get some info at least.
Get a little info.
Yeah, I might as well.
Oh! Oh my God, it's less than 4. Holy shit.
Wait. Is it Hakanpää? There's a guy named something Hakanpää.
Yes. Yanni. Yeah. Nice.
There we go.
Good
Wait
job.
Wait a minute.
We got that.
That is the right hair.
Petrie.
That is the right hairstyle for that dude. Look at the beard and everything. It didn't show that.
No, I know.
I still think it looks a little weird.
See that left side? We're tearing this guy apart right now. He's big too. he's like a big mean bastard. All right, well done, gentlemen. All right, we're gonna get back into the show.
Let's go
right now. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. How do you like that, boys? 2 hurdles, got 2, and it took us way less than it normally does, and we got no Pacific players.
No, yeah,
that's all I needed, really. That's
no Pacific players. Thank God.
Yeah. There's the amount of times it wasn't anybody on the Ducks. Let's go.
Dude, if I get super bored in one of these upcoming weeks, I might go through the episodes and see and find out what % of the players we got was fucking Pacific. And it's going to be like 80. I'm going to be so mad.
I don't think it's going to be 80, but it's going to be something that's like much higher than it should be. It's going to be like 35 to 40%.
Yeah. Okay. Do you guys want to start? Let's start with a trade. You want to start with the trade?
Elias Lindholm.
Yep. So Elias Lindholm goes to the Canucks. The Canucks starting early. They're buying. They're in. They're all in. And why wouldn't
they're all in?
Why wouldn't you be?
They're all in.
Are they top of the league still? Top of the league, at least top of the Pacific.
They're up there. They're definitely up there. I don't know off the top of my head, but
yeah. So they ship out Kuzmenko, 2 defense prospects, Germo, and I'm gonna try this. Brzustewicz. Dude, there's a BRZ at the beginning of it. I got nothing. As an American, I don't know.
It's a good attempt.
I just don't know. And a 2024 first, and a 2024 fourth, which is conditional. Don't know the conditions. Don't really care. So, what do you guys think? Elias Lindholm, defensively sound center, joining a team that maybe isn't that defensively sound.
I think it was good for their needs, but holy shit, they paid a lot.
Yeah, they did.
It's a bit.
Kuzmenko, I was having a slower year this year, but I just pulled it up because I was like, what the fuck? He had 39 goals and 35 assists last year.
Oh, geez. I didn't realize that.
Like,
yeah, he was up there.
Pretty fucking good. Like,
I don't know if the team or the fan base, they've soured on him. Don't know why.
Yes.
Not sure.
It wasn't working this year. I don't think Rick Tocchet likes him much either. It just wasn't going well. So in that sense, I guess, yeah, it makes sense to move on from him to address a need, but then like also to do the 2 prospects and a first round pick.
Yeah.
For a guy who's on an expiring deal who might not either want to sign. I mean, maybe they'd had those talks, but like it's going to be an expensive deal to keep him there if you keep him.
Yeah,
it's just, it felt expensive to me, but I do think it will help them. Like I think it's what they needed. They needed some help up the middle because I think I was listening to a recent episode of the Steve Dangle podcast where he's like, yeah, they were running Teddy Bluger up as their like shutdown guy when they wanted to do some defensive faceoffs. I'm like, yeah, you probably want some better option there. So it makes sense, but yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't know, man. I mean, they've been so good. I don't know. It's sort of like the Oilers adding Corey Perry. Like, do you want to mess with that mojo? Do you want to
They've
bring
only
something
been doing
new
fine
in?
since they've only played like 2 or 3 games with him, but
Who, the Oilers?
yeah.
Did they? I thought they only played one. I thought they played the 16th game.
Did they? Was
I
it
think
only
they
one?
only played the
Okay.
16th game and won it.
Well, they won.
So they won. So yeah. So I guess whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it definitely. I mean, he's not a. He's a good player. You're bringing a good player onto your team, so that's never a bad thing. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe defense could have been maybe more of a priority, but he's a defensive center.
They got Zadorov in.
Oh, that's
like
right.
a few months back.
They did.
That's right. Yeah. I guess that kind of helps.
I think it's going to be a good fit, and also I agree with what you said earlier, Ben. I think having that talent around him will only help Lindholm.
Yeah, he's going to do better than he was.
Exactly.
On the Flames. Like I think he's he's only like 2 years removed from a 40-goal year.
Yeah.
Which admittedly that was when he was on a killer line. But I think it was Kachuk and Huberdeau.
That was
Kachuk and Gaudreau.
Oh,
Gaudreau.
Yeah.
That's a crazy one.
Right.
Oh, that's an alternate timeline. That's another.
Yeah.
That's another universe.
Yeah. I think.
It just felt expensive.
It did feel expensive.
It's definitely expensive, but that's what happens, dude. That's what happens when you go out. I mean, it happens even more at the deadline, but that's what happens when you're going out trying to get somebody. They're like,
you're like,
well, why don't you add another prospect?
Yeah.
And at that point, you're like, fucking fine.
It's like, no, I don't really want to do that. It's like, okay, cool. I have a bunch of other teams that really want this guy. So yeah, I guess you got to pony up or you're fucked at that point. But
kinda.
It just, yeah.
So
I mean, I guess they're going all in. Like
they're all in, dude. And why not? They've got a killer team this year. They've been playing great.
Yeah.
I don't know how their shooting percentage is, so I don't know if they're probably in the higher end of it, but I don't know if they're way out.
It's one of those things where people were talking about that at the beginning of the year, but then now it just sort of seems to be the game plan where their whole thing is like, we're going to try to score on our fewer chances, but more high quality. And then we're going to keep everybody else to the outside mostly. And then that's what I've been reading up where it's like, that's why a lot of the shot totals end up looking a little skewed at the end of Canucks games. But from what I've been reading and from what I've seen from Vancouver fans saying, it's like they're kind of doing that by design, which can be a risky business, but also I guess if you do it effectively, it works.
I believe that was how the Lightning played for their cup runs.
Where they're just fine to let the nothing chances from the outside come on, and then
we dare you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
then it'll just be a rebound that you pick up and go the other way.
Exactly. A little look at the stats right now. So Lindholm's played 49 games. He has 9 goals, 23 assists, 32 points. So nothing special, even close to special. But he's on a bad team. So
yeah.
Is he why that team is bad? We will find out. If he goes to Vancouver and they start to suck balls.
Yeah.
And then Kuzmenko is the only other player that went the other way, and he's at 8 goals, 13 assists, 21 points in 43 games played. And also today is his birthday, so happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Kuzmenko!
Yep, I saw that on Hockey Reference.
Please make Calgary not mid. Thank you.
But yeah, to end off this little segment, I'd say they got better, and I'm interested to see how it goes.
Yeah.
Do you guys think they make some waves in the playoffs? You think they make it through a couple of rounds?
I don't know. I'm interested to see because you very rarely see a team that is just sort of coming out of its doldrums and making the playoffs for the first time in a little while. They don't usually go on a big run the first year back in. They usually maybe win around and then get bounced in the second, or even get bounced in the first, and kind of build on it a little bit, and then go into the next 2 or 3 years after that. Then they build on that, and then you don't usually see a cup run in the first go. So I don't know. I mean, they're a great team, and you could see it happen, but the West is going to be interesting.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be There's gonna be some good matchups there for sure.
Yeah,
because I feel like the top teams in the West are really fucking good.
Yep.
And the top teams in the East is just kind of has a lot of teams that are around the same area with some outliers, but like they're all kind of
the competition in the East is better, but
it's very close.
But the top end of the West is better than the top end of the East.
Really high. Yeah, it's a really high top end. Yeah.
Yep. I agree with that for sure. Yeah. I'm interested, and I like the Canucks. Talk about Tocchet, dude. Holy shit.
He has seemed to have turned that team around. Pretty fully at this point.
Hell yeah, he has.
Which I'm not gonna lie, did not feel great about him when he got hired there, because he had a dog shit track record in Arizona. Which I mean, it's also Arizona when they weren't really in a particularly great spot, and I don't know how great a management situation that was at that point in time. But he seems to have it going with Vancouver. So good on him.
Yeah. Yep. And there was a lot of people thinking the same way. They were like, "Yeah, this is not."
They're like, "That's the guy."
This is not the guy.
He was broadcasting on the TNT panel or whatever, and then the Canucks are like, "Rick, you're our new coach," and everyone's like,
"We like what you said. We like what you said in that segment."
Yeah.
Yeah, good for them, and I'm interested to see how they go on from here. All right, boys. This is the moment we've been waiting for here. Finally, what day was it? It was like yesterday, wasn't it? Or Friday?
This weekend at some point.
One of these last few days, Gary Bettman, the almighty chode of the NHL, came
on top of announcing the weird tournament next year.
Yes, the weird
the news that everybody wanted to hear was
the NHL players will be returning to the Olympics in 2026 and 2030 if they don't change their mind. Because you got to throw that in there, because they could fucking change their mind until it's in writing and signed.
It's very different. Like it's different to like go out and make a firm public statement.
Oh yeah,
that
for sure.
You're gonna be like, because it's always in the past been like, oh, we're gonna try it. That we're aiming to maybe if it all works out, and oh well, these issues and whatever. They came out and were like, no, we're doing this.
Yes, and that's great news, because it's something we've sorely been missing.
Yeah.
I mean, when was the last one? Was it 2014?
It was 2014. It was 2014 in Sochi. It's been 10 years.
10 years.
It's sucked because it's made it so lame for when Olympics come around. It's like, okay, I mean, yeah, there's going to be a hockey tournament, but like, what? Why? I guess I'll watch it a little bit, but like, it's going to be. The Olympic athletes from Russia are going to be awesome because they're just going to have their KHL teams, guys. And then everybody else is going to be pretty mid because they're going to be taken from college and the minor leagues and all that. And then, so it's like, there's going to be a tournament, but
is it really a tournament? I mean, it offers another chance for like a miracle game with different, political situations, but it offers that kind of a chance, but it's just not what we want to see.
Lame. It's lame as fuck.
It's not what we want to see. We want to see like McDavid and Crosby on the same team. Baby.
On the same line, even.
On the same line.
Yes. Canada has never really given a shit. Canada has never really given a shit about the whole centers thing. They play centers as wingers all the time on that team because you're like, we're gonna have the best guys.
We want the three generations. We want Crosby, Bedard, and McDavid.
Don't forget that team. That team is also gonna have Nathan McKinnon
and Nate McKinnon. Oh baby,
dude,
like, that's fun, dude. See, like that's what we're talking about. And then like on the American side. It's not as flashy.
You got Matthews,
the Tkachuk brothers, Kyle Connor, Johnny Gaudreau,
Jack Eichel,
Alex DeBrincat, Jack Eichel,
Austin Matthews.
We said him at the beginning, but
Austin Matthews. I'm so sorry.
He's pretty good. We'll say it.
Austin Matthew.
But that's what we've been missing, man. You get these top tier players from all the teams together, and you get to see them play together, and it's just that's what we want. That's what we wanted. And
Team USA with starting goalie Connor Hellebuck and backup goalie Jake Ottinger
and third string goalie Jeremy Swayman.
Jake, right?
Dude,
I didn't get that wrong.
So on paper, it's Jake Ottinger. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. On paper, the US's goaltending is other than Russia, it's the best.
Oh yeah. Canada. That's Canada's huge blind spot is Jordan Binnington, I guess.
But hold on though. What about Aiden Hill?
Oh wait,
you got Aiden Hill.
There's something.
Cup winner Aiden Hill.
Yeah.
But you look at those two names, and then you look at Connor Hellebuck and Jake Ottinger, and you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
And we're not even touching. We haven't even touched on Russia yet. If they're allowed in.
Yeah, even if they're allowed in. It'll have to probably be a lot of things changing by 2026 if that's going to happen.
2 years. Oh boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be a Olympics without Russia and that go around, but yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but
yeah, it's frustrating, but
that's how it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is what I'm excited about is I would like next week, maybe we can talk about some lineups. Just cause.
Oh yeah.
And then they'll change. Yeah. That's the thing. We got 2 years, so we can keep doing this. So be like, well, this guy's sucking balls now. So let's swap it out.
Oh my god.
So here's a question.
I'm gonna somehow force Nick Suzuki onto the roster as like a scratch.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Also, a quick mention. This will be the first Olympics for players like McDavid, Matthews, Draisaitl, I believe.
That's insane.
Yes.
Shesterkin, Vasi. There's gonna be if Russia goes, if Russia's if that's taken care of. But my question is, can you turn that down? Thank you. Who do we see? Because like I'm talking like Stamkos. Does Stamkos make it? And here's another interesting one. Patrice Bergeron. He's been skating.
That's interesting.
I think he was skating in like an alumni group, right? I think
he was doing it for like the alumni game, yeah. But he's only 1 year out of playing. Does he?
That's true.
Does he start training to try and make Team Canada? Because did he play in the 2014 one? He must have.
Yeah.
So like,
I'm pretty sure
does he try and get one more in before he's really too old? Because he was still really freaking good in that last season.
That wouldn't shock me. That feels like that would be the one thing he maybe would make an effort to come back for.
Because that's cool.
I don't know how realistic that would be, but it wouldn't shock me. I'll say that, especially because if he did that work and did the work to get up to game shape and whatever, I'm sure Hockey Canada would love to have him. He's a Hockey Canada darling for years and years. So that wouldn't shock me, even if he came on as an extra. How old is he now? Oh, that'd be kind of fun. How old is he?
I think he's 36. Maybe I just think everybody's 36.
Oh, he's 38 right now. I don't know if 40. I don't know if 40-year-old Patrice Bergeron's playing in the Olympics.
Yeah, maybe not. Do we see Jaromir Jagr on the Czech team?
That's what I was thinking.
I would love that, honestly. I don't think so. I think they'll probably try to field a more competitive team.
You know who we will see
just
there? Chernak, baby.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. We probably will though.
Yeah, Chernak.
Oh yeah, with countries like that, with like the Czech Republic, right?
Yeah.
And like Slovakia.
Czech.
Either way, I think it's fine either way.
And Slovakia. Yeah, I've heard weird shit about like anyway.
Those people over there.
In the Czech area. Anybody that's like an NHL level guy,
they're gonna be
onto those teams. Yeah.
So let us know down in the comments which national team, which 2 players or 3 players or whatever are you looking forward to see play together for their various national teams? What about you guys? I'll ask you guys that question.
That 3 generations for Team Canada is kind of wild.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty sick.
Hughes brothers, I want to see him rip it up.
The Hughes brothers is That's
Oh,
fun.
I forgot about. Yeah, when we were
Hughes
talking about
brothers,
Team USA,
the
we
Chuck
didn't even mention the
brothers.
Hughes brothers.
Stahl brothers, never heard of them. Hughes brothers, yeah.
The Hughes
Will
trio.
Luke Hughes will he have gotten good enough by? He's one of their brothers, right?
Yeah, he could.
Yeah.
He could make it.
He might end up getting good enough to make the U.S. team.
The other two are basically a lock.
Yeah, they're locked.
Yeah.
Unless
At this
something
point,
goes down, something bad goes down. Yeah.
Unless some kind of injury happens where they're out of hockey, I think they'll be on that team.
Unless Jack Hughes gets injured for the 300th time of his career.
Yeah, there's been a lot, especially this year.
But yeah, so I think we could probably do that next week. Look at some team, try and come up with some mock rosters. Oh yeah!
Oh boy.
Okay. Dude, I love it, dude. I love it. It's so fun.
It's
exciting. So fun. It's like fantasy hockey, but then it's got an extra parameter on it.
Yeah.
And it's in it. I don't know. It makes it cool. But anyway, well, let's finish the show off here with little fantasy leaguers. How you guys feeling?
Well, now that I know I'm in a playoff spot, since you expanded the qualifications, I feel better.
Well, let me scroll with my scroll wheel. Yes, you are in a playoff spot. Eric, you are not as far from a playoff spot as you might think.
No, I'm on a little heater right now. Yeah, I'm on
could make it in.
You could make it in after this week, in fact.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to throw a bunch of players away and like I don't know. There was just a lot of injury stuff happening. Yeah, I was like, no,
not yet. Don't do it yet.
I stayed patient, and it's paying off.
Yeah, I know you're doing well, and I believe. Let me see. Wait, can I do this? Nope, I cannot. Oh god, what's happening?
I think I'm gonna win because there's no games today. So yeah, that's
so this week is a 2-weeker. So week 17 is actually 2 weeks because of the All-Star.
Really?
Yeah. So it's this. So this last week and then also this coming week are counted as the same week.
So week 18 starts
after this week. It'll start in a week and a day. Yeah. So right now, so we haven't caught up in. When did you do that video? 2 weeks ago? We haven't really caught up since then. Nick's still in first and has clinched his playoff spot, so he's the first to clinch the playoff spot. He's 13-3-0. I don't.
Yeah, that wasn't really much of a shock.
Like there he is. Tony is in second. He's jumped into second, 10-6-0, and he's actually got the most points.
Yeah, because I need to mention he nearly had a 600-point week that last week he played me.
He insane.
Came just shy. I think he was like 590 something, which it got to be like Wednesday or Thursday, and I saw that projected, and I was like, oh, I'm just getting my roster settled back down and getting some guys, and I'm just punting on this week because there's no point.
By far the highest week score.
It was
had
insane.
I don't understand it. I looked through, and it was just everybody he had went off. Every single player just went off.
Which he has McDavid, so having McDavid on this current Oilers win streak can't hurt.
Yep. Yeah, that was insane. But yeah, so he's up there in second. I'm in third, 9-7-0. My mom's right behind me. 8-8-0. Then Ben and Danielle are tied.
Indeed.
7-9-0. Benny's got like 300 more points though, so he's winning that.
I got the points tiebreaker, yeah.
So things could swap around. If Danielle wins, Ben loses, and you win, Eric, you would possibly jump in front of Ben and take his playoff spot away.
Oh, that's all right, because I'm going to do some work, and I'm going to take this win this week, Mike. Right.
He's playing me.
Oh my god, I'm scared right now.
You keep chatting your shite, as the Brits say.
I do badly need to do some roster juggling though, because you currently have
games.
An 11 game advantage on games remaining. Yeah. So I gotta add some guys, but you know we'll work on it. We'll work on it.
But yeah, so who's God, why is my scroll wheel not working? Who do we got? Eric, who are you playing? Oh, you're playing my mom. I
Yeah,
think
yeah, Sonya.
Oh, the projected has her winning that one. So you might
Yeah,
have
it
to do
does.
a little something. But
You know what I'm
it'll
gonna
all
do?
work
I'm
out.
gonna go to work. I'm gonna go to work and just check it at the end of the week. That's my strategy.
That's a good strat. That's a good strat sometimes. But yeah, so it's interesting. We've got I think it's a 24-week thing. So we're actually coming into the back stretch here.
24 weeks till playoffs.
Yeah. And then the playoffs here, I can actually look. Hold on now. Hold on. I believe. Yeah, right here. So I can look at the playoffs right now. If the playoffs were to start today, Tony and Nick would have a bye week. They're the top 2 seeds.
I was gonna say, how's that gonna work when it's 6? That's how it's gonna work.
It's like the NFL kind of. They would have a bye week. Then I would be playing Danielle, so that would be unfortunate here. It'd be fisticuffs and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then Benny, you would be playing my mom. So, and then the winner of you and my mom would play Nick, and then me and Danielle would play Tony, and then so on and so forth. And then
there's not going to be any good matchup once you start going up against Nick and Tony.
No,
either option is bad.
You just gotta hope that they have a bad week. And then there's actually a consolation. A consolation bracket, not
so like
for
a third place bracket.
No, like the last 2 teams in the league will end up playing each other.
Oh, I see.
In the last week, and to see who's places 8th and who places 7th and who places 8th.
I see.
So it's not that exciting. I don't know how they'll figure out. Yeah, I don't know how they'll figure out who places 3rd and whatnot, but yeah. So that's how the fantasy's going.
We're getting down to it. We got to kind of lock it in here, you know.
We're gonna start.
You know, as
more...
as a GM, I like how our team's playing. You know, they gotta get pucks in deep a bit more, and they really gotta lock in on the system. But I have faith. You know, we dug ourselves out of a hole to start the season. We really went down, but we've kept faith. We've kept faith, and you know, we're in a playoff spot now. But we gotta keep with it, because you know it could change any week. You know, it's game to game, week to week. We gotta stay with it.
And
how was that?
That's good. That's good. That was a lot of words.
a lot of words that mean nothing. It's perfect hockey answer.
Perfect.
I trust you. I trust you as a GM.
You shouldn't.
Usually I don't watch press conferences, but I'll watch.
What'd you have? Second? You were second in the last season.
I was second last year.
Choked away the first place, but
you're oh my god, I really did choke that away. I really did, and it was entirely because I held on to a couple injured guys way too long, because I kept hearing they were gonna be coming back soon, and I should have just made a move and moved on and gotten somebody else, but I didn't, and I'm dumb.
Yeah.
But
yep. We'll have to see. I don't think my dad's going to be a factor this year. He had a bad draft.
Well, he's going to have a good draft next year.
Could have a good draft next year, yep.
Because we're going to stick with that again, right? We're going to do the
I think so.
Positional drafting.
I think we'll be adding in 1 or 2 more teams.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully 2.
Who's hopping on?
I think my sister, is going to jump in. And I'm going to have to get somebody else.
Try to find another.
Maybe Mitch.
There we go.
But yeah. Anybody got anything else before we end this podcast off?
I think I'm good.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that as a no. All right. Well, hey, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Please hit like and subscribe if you liked it. And once again, let us know down below which 2 players, 3 players, who are you excited to see play together on their respective national team, whether it be U.S., Canada, Finland, Russia, Sweden, whoever. Let us know, because there could be some interesting like Swedish combos or Finnish combos.
Yeah.
But yeah, or even Switzerland. You're excited to see Roman Josi and
Roman Josi tearing it up.
Yeah, and whoever else. UC Saros, they're on the same
Is
team.
Yeah.
Is Saros Is
You know what?
Swiss?
I don't know. I don't know if he is now. But regardless, let us know down below, and we'll see you hopefully next week. Hopefully with Nick back in tow.
Yeah.
I think Niederreiter's Swiss.
Yes.
There we go.